Hello, today we are going to be talking about solar energy and how we use the sun to make electricity. So we're going to talk through it real quick and then we've got a cool demo to show you. So I'm going to go ahead and do some drawing for you, which is hard with just my mouse, but we're going to try it. So where does solar energy come from? Well, it comes from the sun, right? So the sun is outside shining, right? And the sun is sending off little tiny light particles, okay? And these little light particles come down to Earth, and they are called photons, okay? And those photons get collected by something to make electricity. What is it that we use here on Earth to collect the sun's energy to make electricity? A solar panel, right? So we have solar panels, okay, that we have down here on, there we go. And our solar panels have little tiny things called electrons hanging out in them, okay? And those electrons are what helps us make electricity, right? So electricity is when electrons get really excited and they can go do work, okay? So we have to find a way to get those electrons all excited so that they can make electricity. Okay, so what happens is when these photons, or the light energy from the sun, these little balls of light energy come down and they hit our solar panel, they're actually hitting these little electrons and starting to bounce them around, okay? And as they're hitting them, they're starting to get excited. Okay, so once they start getting excited, they can go make electricity and do work. Okay, so what kind of work can they do? They can turn on a light bulb, right? They can power a TV, those sorts of things. So those electrons go out onto a wire, right? It's called a circuit, and they can go out and they can power a light bulb. Okay, here's our little light bulb. And when those electrons are all excited and they get out on their wire, they get to the light bulb, they can turn it on, okay? But then they can't just stop there, right? They have to go somewhere. So on a circuit, they have to come back into the solar panel, right? So they're gonna come back into the solar panel on the circuit after they've done work, right? They're de-energized at this point. They're not excited. They're not making electricity at this point. They gotta go back to the solar panel to get hit by more photons, get excited again, head back out on the circuit to turn on the light bulb or do work, right? Do electricity. So what that looks like in real life, so we have a solar panel, right? You can see just a little guy, okay? And then I have my pretend sun here, okay? So if I just shine it on here, that's great. I might be getting those electrons excited, but they don't have anywhere to go, right? They're not able to go do work, right? So they need to go out somewhere and then come back into our solar panel. Okay, so what I can do is I can connect a light bulb, a little tiny light bulb here, and I can connect red to red and black to black, okay? And then I can take my light and there you go. You can see that it turned on. Okay, take it away and it turns off. Those electrons are no longer excited. Shine it back on there. Yay, it turns on. Okay, pretty cool. So we can do work like that. We can turn a light bulb on. We can also measure how much electricity. So this will actually measure how much electricity our solar panel is producing. Okay, again, red to red, black to black. I'm going to turn it on. I'm going to turn it to volts, which is just a measurement, right? And then, so there's a little bit of light in the room right now, right? If I completely covered it up, made it totally dark, we'd get that to go down to 0 eventually. But because there's a little bit of light in the room, we're already making a little bit of electricity. But if I added a bright sun to that, it's gonna go up, right? And as I move the sun further away or closer, or get the angle just right, I can produce different amounts of electricity. Pretty cool, huh? So the sun, photon, little lights, get those electrons excited, they go out, they make electricity, they do work, and then they come back and are ready to get excited again. That's our quick little demo on solar.